And what I've done is I've purchased just regular chicken breasts, skinless chicken breasts. Now,
do you get like free-range chicken? Do you believe
I love to get free-range chicken.
But not everybody can afford that.
Yeah, that's right.
So you can just look at the chicken and
take your choice. I also don't buy the really thin chicken fillets because for this you kind of want thick. You want half-inch to 1-inch pieces of this. Now, chicken, like a lot of meats, has what's called a silver skin on it, which is
silver skin.
Silver skin, and it's just kind of a
piece of fat.
Well, it's a skin that goes over the muscle.
Oh.
And you want to cut that off.
Why?
Because it's unpleasant texture in the mouth. But you don't have to be
anal.
Yeah, I was going to say that word.
You were?
Fastidious about it.
Fastidious.
Mm-hmm. But just cut that silver skin off. There's only one little piece on it usually.
Okay.
And then if you want to cut out the fat, the extra fat that's on it, I personally like fat because it has flavor. But there is a tendon in here that's on most chicken breasts. It's quite tough and unpleasant as well. So you kind of want to be able to cut that out.
Okay, now let's say that you get a boneless chicken breast, skinless boneless chicken breast, and you don't want to do all this.
Frankly, it doesn't matter that much.
Okay.
Frankly, you could just cook, and I don't think the only thing that would happen with this is this stuff kind of stays put when the chicken meat shrinks.
Okay.
And it'll bind it up a little sometimes.
Okay.
But it's not one of those things that you have to be really anal about.
Okay.
So I'm just going to cut that out of there.
God, look at you go.
All right. Then most of these chicken breasts have kind of a flap of skin, so I cut that off because it just gives me a more even playing ground for when I cut it. But this is a great piece to use for your satay. So I would just cut that in half. Basically what we're going for is lengths of about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5 inches long. And this is more thin than I'll cut the other ones, but it'll be fine. So this one's only about 1/4 inch thick. And we're just going to put it right in the marinade. Then I'm going to take the main part of the breast.
Now, do you have to use a breast, or could you use skinless, boneless thighs?
Yeah, you could use thighs.
Right.
You can use anything. You can actually cut any of the chicken meat at all into 1-inch squares and use that. So I find kind of the long edge of this thing, and I start cutting along that long edge. I'm going about 1 inch wide, and I'm just going to cut through all those thicknesses, which will mean I'm going to have some pieces that are thicker than others. But I go all the way down the length of that and cut it off, put it in the marinade.
Okay, let me try.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, kidding.
Remember what we said about keeping your fingers out of the path of the knife.
Okay, is this too big?
Nope, that looks great. And put her in there.
Her? Oh, yeah, that would be a her.
It would be a her.
It would be,
yes.
yeah.
It's not a rooster.
It's not a rooster. Have you ever eaten rooster? Can you eat rooster?
No, I never have.
Okay, this is fat. And a big chunky piece. That'll probably be my piece. And should I cut this?
Yeah, go ahead. It'll be shorter, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Now, one of the key importance of when you cut chicken is to make sure you have a sharp knife, I would assume.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And, all right, so I'm going to just push these down in here and make sure they're well coated.
Okay.
And then we're going to let that sit for 2 hours.
You're shitting me.
Well, we're not going to do it in real time because
movie time?
Video,
right? Be video time.
Yeah, so we're going to make time go faster.
But in real life,
in real life, I would do it for 2 hours. The thing about this marinade does not have a lot of acid in it. Doesn't have vinegar, doesn't have lemon juice, doesn't have anything. So nothing is here to really tenderize the meat, but it'll absorb the flavors really well.
So if we weren't,
we would put this in the refrigerator.
Put it in the refrigerator. Will we cover it?
Cover it with foil, put it in the refrigerator.
All right.
If you have acid in your marinades, like if you're doing one with lemon juice or vinegar, it'll tenderize the chicken, and it might tenderize it a little too much and make it kind of mushy.
Okay.
It certainly will tenderize fish too much. So with fish, you just want to marinate it for about a half hour. Chicken's less tricky, and meat you really want to set for a couple of hours because you want it tenderized. But for this. This is just all about flavors.
And what would
So,
this be?
Well, this is just my little grabber. Because we're going to have to grab these out of here and put them on skewers
Okay.
when they're finished marinating. So I'll
Okay.
take care of that.
All right. It's very cute.
Yeah. So we'll be back in 2 hours and show you how to put them on the skewers.